Written by Lawrence Longfellow. A BPD borderline, an emotional toddler in an adult's body. Textbook support, emotional regression, and infantilization. Dr. Gerald J. Kreisman, psychiatrist and co-author of I Hate You, Don't Leave Me, Understanding the Borderline Personality, explains. Individuals with BPD often exhibit emotional regression, reverting to childlike states when under emotional stress. They may become helpless, demanding, or clingy, seeking a parental figure to stabilize their world. Dr. Marsha Linehan, creator of dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, for BPD, stated, "They simply have no emotional skin. The slightest touch can cause immense suffering." Dr. Daniel Lobo, a clinical psychologist and author of When Your Daughter Has BPD, describes, the partner becomes a caretaker. This caretaker role can consume the relationship dynamic. It is no longer two adults in a reciprocal partnership. It is one adult and one dependent emotional child. Now that we see true textbook definitions of what we all witness, we're not all crazy. Let's move into the story. They say relationships require compromise, but what no one prepares you for is what happens when that compromise becomes full-blown parenthood and your partner isn't a child. At least not in the physical sense. Emotionally, though, you're dating a toddler. They cry over the smallest things. They need constant reassurance. They need to be reminded that they're pretty, handsome, loved, important, enough. And if you don't say it the right way, at the right time, in the right tone, you are abandoning them. You are rejecting them. You are the enemy. You find yourself apologizing for things you didn't even do to avoid a tantrum. You're soothing their tantrums, tiptoeing around their triggers. You're wearing eggshells. Shoes becoming a full-time emotional babysitter. You're not just their lover. You're not just their partner. You're the adult in the room. Every room, because they can't be. At first, it looks like intimacy, like closeness. You think, wow, they're just really vulnerable with me. But as time goes on, it becomes clear you're not in a relationship with an equal. You're trapped in a codependent, one-sided spiral of emotional caretaking known as parentification. They cling to you when you're trying to work. They bombard you with texts when you're trying to sleep. They FaceTime you to watch them cry, pout, beg, scream. Mine would even send me pictures of her vomit in the toilet to show me how upset I made her. Since everything was always my fault, then act like nothing happened 5 minutes later. And if you say no to anything, you're punished. Silent treatment, accusations, full-blown meltdowns. They'll tell you you don't care about me even when you've given them everything. Because it's not about reality. It's about emotional regulation. And you are the regulation. Their happiness depends on you. Their identity depends on you. You are their mirror, their pacifier, their teddy bear. And when you can't keep up, they lash out. Sometimes it's passive-aggressive jabs. Other times it's sobbing until you give in. And sometimes it's so twisted you wonder if you're the crazy one. You're not. They can't self-soothe. They can't hold on to emotional stability. So you become their nervous system. And if you ever dare to pull away, even a little, they fall apart. And make sure you go down with them. They accuse, they deny, they lie, they flip the script, they cheat. You didn't see that one coming, did you? And then they cry because now they're the victim and you're the abuser. That's the cycle. That's what it means to be with someone who emotionally never grew up. It's not love, it's dependency. It's chaos wrapped in affection. And the most dangerous part, you feel bad for them. You know they've been through trauma. You know they don't mean to act this way. But while you're spending all your energy trying to save them, your own sanity is circling the drain. You are not their parent. You are not their therapist. You are not their emotional support animal. You are a human being who deserves a partner, not a child with adult privileges and no boundaries. So what do? Stop trying to fix it. You start trying to see it. And then if you value your peace, your future, and your mental health, you get out. Because no matter how much you give, no matter how patient, loving, kind, understanding, and or forgiving you are, an emotional toddler doesn't need a relationship. They need help, real help from a licensed medical practitioner. And it's not your job to raise the adult you're sleeping with. Little did you know you're not the only one they are sleeping with. Yeah, I said that right. And you already suspected it. Living with boundaries, growing with strength.